Woman.
Alright, this King Peace, and you tune into your story. So state your name, where you from?
My name is Dustin Lawrence Stewart. I'm from Largo, Florida. I was born in St. Petersburg, Florida.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
You know, I was born with kidney failure. You know, I had to have a lot of surgery done at a young age. I didn't get out of the hospital until I was 3 years old. I was adopted at birth, you know, by Kathy and Dave, my parents, you know, my great parents. Pretty much from when I was born up until now, I've always had health issues. So it's been, you know, it's been a very rough road, you know, growing up and becoming a man. You know, I started dialysis when I was 12, and since then, you know, it's been constant. You know, I started dialysis at 12 and I had to keep on going now up until now. You know, it's kind of hard to get a transplant due to the fact that I also have congestive heart failure, you know.
So tell us a little bit about your dialysis and heart failure.
Well, my dialysis, I got a port in my left upper arm, and I wake up, you know, in the morning, and at like 4:30 in the morning, I set my alarm clock. By like 5:15, I'm out the door, and I go to my treatment in Dunedin. You know, that's probably about 20 minutes from my house, and I stick 2 needles as big as pencils in my arm. And then I sit there for, the whole process takes 4.5 hours. And I sit in a hard chair, and they clean my blood through a machine, you know, and I just wait till I'm done. And after I'm done, I mean, it feels like, pretty much, if I could explain to anybody the best way I can explain it, it feels like you haven't slept in a week, and you get up all groggy. My legs are weak, my legs, my chest, I'm dizzy, my blood pressure's low, you know, a whole bunch of symptoms, you know, just real weak, you know, don't feel like doing anything but going to bed.
So you got to take medicine every what? How many times a day you got to take medicine?
At least 8 times a day, and it varies, you know. I got to take medicine just when I eat. I got to take a medicine for certain blood effects. I got to take medicine for my anxiety, because when I died, it really did something to me. You know, to die slowly, I mean, it's unexplainable how that feeling is. And I mean, it's scary, man. And I have to take anxiety pills to help me calm down, because when my thoughts get to thinking, I start to panic. And then I take medicine, you know, for pain. I take medicine, you know, for blood, all that, man. There's just a lot of medicines that I take on a daily basis.
What keeps you strong and motivated to keep going when you're in those situations?
What keeps me strong is, man, the support system I have with my parents, my aunties, my grandma, my grandpa, my friends, and definitely my beautiful wife, you know, my mother-in-law, you know, my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, you know. So I got a big support system, and man, myself at that, you know what I'm saying? Before I take all the credit, I give, you know, credit to other people, you know, because without them, man, I'd be depressed and all that. So I really, you know, want to thank them, you know, because without them, I wouldn't have the strength to go on. So
when did you realize that, like, you was meant to share this story with people? When did you feel like that?
Well, a long time ago, I was at Universal Love Church in Largo, you know, right down the street from here. And my mentor, Andre Jones, he was, you know, up on the stage, and he just called me out of nowhere, man. He was like, man, I have a brother. He just put me on the spot, really. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, I enjoy telling people, man, because I know my story, and I know that I'm here for a reason. You know, the doctor said I wasn't supposed to make it here, you know, at all. And look at me, you know, 29 years old, I'll be 30 in April, and I'm here. So, I mean, I feel like God put me on this earth for a purpose. My purpose is to spread my testimony, man, for the next person that is going through something, man, because, man, I got a strong heart, man, and me speaking, it speaks volumes, it speaks miles, it speaks worldwide. And that's what's inside of my head. And that's what keeps me on go. You know, I know that I can help people. I've helped people, you know, they DM me and thank me and all that, you know, but it's not something I've done express to people, you know. But since I'm doing this interview, you know, I'm gonna just be honest, you know, it's an honest, open interview. And I've had a lot of people DM me, thanking me, and I mean, this is my passion, you know, this is what God wants me to do. This is the reason God is blessing me with life.
So you go in surgery pretty soon, right?
Yeah, I'm having a new pacemaker put in, and I mean, to me, it's nothing, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get through it, you know, but the doctors, you know, they gotta say what they gotta say, they gotta put their 2 cents in it, but you know, 2 cents never matter to me. I mean, and to this day, 2 cents don't really matter to nobody. So what they say is, it's gonna be a, you know, part of a surgery, you know, whatever, but you know, me, I got that strength that I'm going through it like it ain't nothing, man. Like I said, it's another obstacle I gotta jump through. Even this one might be a little bigger, but I mean, I ain't never not went through an obstacle.
So what you got to say to tell to the people who going through things like this? What words of wisdom you got to tell them?
I'm gonna tell you that I can tell them this, and this is coming from the heart. If you're going through cancer, if you're going through sickle cell, if you're going through depression, anxiety attacks, if you're dealing with a family member of loss, keep on pushing. That support around your system, the support system you have, whether it might be negative in your eyes, they're just trying to help. And it matters, because that strength that's coming off of them is what you need to keep pushing forward. Don't give up, keep pushing. Life has a lot to offer, and you want to take every bit of what life has to offer in like a sponge, and you don't want to let it go. You know how some people take in stuff, you have some people that like that. You ever heard that saying, it goes through one ear and out the other? See, you want to be that sponge that you soak up with water and you don't wring out, you know. And you want to soak up everything that everybody's telling you. Hey, don't give up. Stay strong. You want to soak all that up in your head like a sponge and don't let it go. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm here right now.
What do you see yourself doing in a couple of years?
I'll be telling my story in front of millions of people, man. I'll be in 10 years, man. I'll be set. I'm already in the process of working on becoming a better person, a better man. In 10 years, I guarantee I'll be in front of thousands of people. You know, being a God-fearing man, I already am, but I see myself at a higher level spiritually, being a God-fearing man and telling my story to thousands of people and touching thousands of people's lives, because I've already done it in my own city with just a few people. And right now, if I was to go, I know that I touch at least 5 people, you know what I'm saying? And that's what matters to me, man.
Thank you for telling us about yourself. You got any shout outs or anything you want to do?
Yeah, man, I want to shout out to my day ones, man. Real talk, man. I want to shout out to the Watsons, Andre Watson, Aaron Watson, Alish Watson, Carrie Watson. I want to shout out to Joe Morelli, Paul Morelli, Kia Johnson, you know what I'm saying, and Cheryl Morelli. I want to shout out to Joey, I mean, for blessing me with this job. I'm highly blessed for that job, man. I want to shout out to my parents for always being there with me. You know, dealing with these health issues, it wasn't easy. So I gave them hell when I was, you know, growing up. So I also want to give them the highest shout out, because, man, they had to put up with me, you know. And I also want to shout out for my auntie, you know, Kathy Johnson, Kel, and my auntie Sherry, my cousins, you know, Keisha, Phoenicia, you know, a lot of people, man. There's so many people I want to shout out, you know, that I can shout out. My cousin Ed, you know, so many people, man, that I want to shout out. My mentor, Andre Jones, you know, and I mean, pretty much, you know, and yourself, man. I mean, I wouldn't even be videotaping if you didn't take the time out your day, you know what I'm saying, this blessed Saturday to interview me. So also big ups to you, and I wish nothing but the best. and with this camera thing you're doing, and I know you got big dreams. So I just want to shout out that, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you for your time, man.
So I appreciate it.
Everybody watching, waiting for me to cry.